Hey, what's good, Kiss listeners? It's me, Paige B. Kiss 107.1, simply the best R&B. And you see who's on the screen right here. Grammy award-winning singer, songwriter, producer, musician, jack of all trades, one of New
Mo.
Orleans' finest, Mr. PJ Morton. How you doing today, sir?
Yes, yes, I'm good. I'm good. Better after that intro right there. I'm feeling good.
Well,
Yeah.
I had to bring you in right though, because
There we
you
go.
are one of our favorites.
I
Like
appreciate
truly,
that.
truly a fan here. So, man, first of all, congratulations on the success of "Please Don't Walk Away," a
Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful song. I believe it's at number 18 and rising right now.
It's
So,
moving, man. I'm so grateful. I mean, it seems to have been, it's connecting to everybody like right off the bat, and I'm just grateful. I've written a lot of songs, and sometimes you just have ones that just really connect in a different way. And Please Don't Walk Away is one of those, and I'm just super grateful, man. Yeah.
and we are grateful for that record too, because it's bringing back that love that we've been missing in
Yeah.
R&B. Because we have it here and there, but now it's really getting to a point where we hearing a lot of great love songs again. So how
Yeah.
important was that for you in the creation of this record, to bring that vulnerability and bring that that loving feeling to the airwaves once again?
Yeah, that was it. What you said, vulnerability. I think for me, men specifically, um, have a harder time trying to express their feelings. I've learned, and I wanted to give men an excuse, and everybody an excuse to be vulnerable. Men's, there are plenty fish in the sea and all of this, but sometimes you get one and you're like, nah, like if I lose this, I'm gonna hurt. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
for
And
sure.
and I think it's okay to be able to say that and to really, I think R&B music and soul music was built on men begging and men not being afraid to be vulnerable. Girl, you know what I mean? We
Yes.
beg in this music, and I just want to bring that back for sure.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that for sure. And we
Yes.
appreciate, your entire, history of brilliant work here. And one of the things I truly
Thank
appreciate,
you.
as a listener, is that in an industry where, a lot of people are quick to put an artist into one particular box, it is virtually impossible with you because you excel in so many different boxes, with the funk,
Yeah.
soul, R&B, jazz, pop rock, with you doing the stuff with Maroon 5 and
Yeah.
gospel, which that's not a shocker with the gospel tip. So
Yeah, that's where I come from. That's right. Yeah.
shout
Yeah.
out to the good bishop. So
Absolutely.
how important is it for you to nurture your inspiration and continue to have that passion to do what you do so well in so many ways, and to continue to express that to your wider audience while still remaining true to who you are uh, at the core
Yeah.
as a musician?
I mean, I think ultimately it's about being authentically who you are, and it's also about being open to many things. I mean, the more open I am, the more I realize that most of us, most things are more alike than they are different. They're a lot more similar than not. And for me, I've always been very open. Thank God for my parents who they let me see all types of things and hear all types of things, and I think that helped me to be able to get into all types of things in a genuine way. I can be in pop music and genuinely be into it. I can be in gospel music and genuinely be, and of course R&B soul music. It's just really who I am. So I think that's why I'm able to jump around and then not feel like I'm being a poser in any of them. It's because I'm genuinely intrigued and into all different types of music and things. Yeah.
Yes, and you've been very successful in it. I mean, you have multiple Grammys to your name in multiple
Yeah.
genres, including, of course, Best Gospel Album for the Gospel
Yes.
to PJ. That must be a very validating, feeling for you as an artist, to kind of go back to your roots and to be, received so well.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It was like a full circle moment because as a preacher's kid, I would get asked to do a gospel album every single year, but it was important for me to let people know who I was first as an artist. that I wasn't just a gospel artist. I wasn't just my dad's preacher's kid's son. I had something to say. But then in the pandemic, when I felt like it was the darkest, I went back to the music that I know inspires the most, and that's gospel music. And so I got all the greats together, and they were all home because it was a pandemic, so it just
Yeah.
worked out, and made this thing, and people really responded. And so to win best gospel album after all these years, and how gospel music shaped me, is where I got my start, is where I learned how to do music, was gospel music. It was just truly a special moment for me. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, it definitely shows not just with the gospel records, but with everything that you do. Like you just
Yeah.
put all of yourself into it, and especially with this recent music. I know you just came out with a track with JoJo and Mr. Talkbox called My
Yes.
Peace. And for that, I say thank you, because I had that
Ah,
rotation all morning long, because
oh wow.
yeah, it's definitely, something that a lot of us, are relating to, especially,
Yeah.
dealing with the crazy world that we're doing now. We're becoming more self-aware about our, preservation, keeping our own peace, keeping our mental health in check. And especially, with this, us being in the Black community, that's something that we're really starting to have those deep conversations about. So
Yeah.
how important was that to put out that record at this particular time?
Yeah, I mean, you said it, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't have said it better, really. We are becoming more aware. I think after seeing how quickly things can change and how quickly things can be taken away from us these last couple of years, we really have started to value what is truly important. And it becomes much harder to allow somebody to shake up your peace, because when the world is crazy around you, that's literally all you have. So it just becomes really expensive to let somebody come and mess up your peace. And I think the reason the song is connecting to people so much is because we're kind of all there. We
Yeah.
all realized it almost at the same time, like, yeah, I was tripping about that. It's not worth my time. This is not, let me find what's really important to me. And man, my peace, I'm grateful because I'm still on Please Don't Walk Away,
Right.
and it was just kind of throwing my piece out there for now. And but it's connecting it so much and so quickly, that I just realized that I think we're just in the right space right now. I mean, it's just, and when I say we, I always say we. It's so many people that go into what I do, but like, I think we're just in a spot right now where I really took my time to connect and really say true feelings. And I think my personal feelings is what a lot of us were feeling. So
Absolutely.
it's just connecting. I'm amazed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And man, not only is it a relatable topic, but you also sample one of my favorite Outcast joints on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, you
Dun-dun-dun,
know, delicious.
dun-dun,
So
dun-dun-dun-dun.
yeah, those
Yes,
horns, like
buddy.
those
Oh,
horns, like you can hear from a mile away. And it's
yes,
also like you reuniting with JoJo. Of course, you two won a Grammy together for Say
that's
So.
right.
So what was it
That's
like,
right.
getting back into the studio with her again, and also, adding Mr. Talkbox, who of course we've been following for a minute as well, bringing
Hmm.
back the whole Talkbox.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mr. 24 Karat Magic, Mr. Talkbox, shout out to him. He was the extra sauce. He was my cheat code on there,
Yeah,
Mr. Talkbox. But yeah, it's crazy because Say So now, 3 years ago when it was released, probably four when we recorded it. But JoJo and I were just building our friendship, and now we're like old pals. It's
yeah,
crazy. Now it's just like really who we are, and we've sang that Say So around the world. And won a Grammy for it. So I was just like, let's go back and do what we do, because aside from the music, we just have a really effortless friendship, that allows us to create. Is nothing extra in the air. We just really get each other. And I think this is no different. And on a song like My Peace, I wanted to make sure I had somebody that brings me peace.
yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Because I got to sing this song for the rest of my life. I want to make sure I'm singing it with somebody who I got peace with. So that's my homie, that's my friend. And it just made sense to call JoJo back and get together. And we had a blast. I went out to LA to do that with her. And yeah, man, it's working. It's
Yeah, we
work.
definitely appreciate that because when you said if
Yes.
you're trying to take away my peace, I'm done. I felt
Done.
that. Okay.
Yes.
We
Right. Right.
definitely feeling that one. So
Yes.
is that with that being said, you have Please Don't Walk Away, you have My Peace, you also have Ready to Love as well.
Mm.
So is this like kind of, where you're going with your next, full-length project, your album?
Hmm.
Like what kind of vibe are you creating with that?
Yeah, well, Ready to Love is a little separate because of the TV show. I kind of did that for the fans of the TV show more than anything. It's on its fifth season on OWN, and it was just that 15-second intro on the TV show, and people would ask me every time the show came on, like, "Where's the song? Where can I find the song?" But the song didn't exist. It was just that. It was just that
Your
intro.
little piece.
Yeah, and so I was like, you know what? These fans have been loyal to this little 15 clip. Let me finally give a full song, and so that was kind of a gift to everybody there. But My Piece and Please Don't Walk Away is definitely going in a direction for this new album. I'm actively working on a new album now, and yeah, those are two of the first ones that I just connected with, and but this new music and just where I am is pretty special. I mean, I'm excited, because I'm just really in a creative space, and like I said, very clear on what I want to say. All different intentions though. My piece's intention is totally different from Please Don't Walk Away, but they're both the thing that's uh, I like about them is that I just was so clear, on what I needed to say, and so I imagine the rest of the record is gonna be like that. I can't wait to package it up and give it to everybody.
Yeah, so we can't wait to hear it because it's been
Yeah.
a minute. Okay, so we're definitely looking
Yes.
forward to the next album. But not
Indeed.
only are you doing that, but you're also serving your community, which I also have to give you kudos on because not
Thank
too
you.
many, people in the industry, really like some people get the big head in regards to that and they forget, where they come from. But you being a proud, New Orleans native, like you are
Yeah.
firmly rooted and you're doing a lot of great projects over there, including one big one that I definitely want to touch on. You are actually headlining the campaign to preserve the home of Buddy Bolden. So for those
Yes.
who are watching who may not know who that is, tell us a little bit about his history and how you became involved with this particular project.
Yeah, and nobody should feel bad for not knowing who Buddy Bolden is, because part of the issue and part of the reason why it's a passion of mine is because his story isn't really told, and it was short lived. He passed at a young age, but what he did was so important, and that is he planted the seed for jazz music, which New Orleans jazz actually didn't turn into what we know as jazz today, which is like modern jazz. That went to Chicago, that went to New York.
Right.
What New Orleans jazz turned into was R&B music. It was Fats Domino, and what Fats Domino turned into was rock and roll music. Elvis was chasing Fats Domino, and so that's why I say American music is really what Buddy Bolden was responsible for. And unbeknownst to me, my family and them too actually bought his childhood home because it was close to my dad's church. And so after Katrina, they purchased property around the church and got Buddy Bolden's home, and it wasn't known because, like I said, the story isn't told. So we have it, and I'm renovating it, and his actual home is going to be a small museum that shows the lineage. I mean, from him all the way down to Cash Money and No Limit and me and Tank and the Bangers, and what we know as New Orleans artists now is his legacy to me, not just jazz music. And then I'm going to have a center on the right of the house next to his, which continues to teach innovation. And the youth around there, especially specifically in the neighborhood, I want to give them a chance to have what I had, which is access to knowing what writing a song looks like, knowing what publishing is, knowing what an engineer is, not just a performer, knowing what the behind the scenes looks like. So it's really a passion of mine because I had to leave New Orleans to find these things. After high school, I left and then I came back. But I want to at least give these kids an option to not have to leave if they don't want to, and they can get the knowledge right here at home. You know.
And that's awesome. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you're doing that. And also, you're the first ever artist in residence at Dillard University. And
Yes. Yes. Shout
also,
out to DU.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you're also, helping with a campaign to support local Black-owned banks and, teaching
Hmm.
about, economic importance as well. Like, how important is it for you to make sure that you give back to your community and encourage others to do the same?
Yeah, just in general, I think I just was at my alma mater Morehouse, and they were talking about success without giving back. Is as bad as armed robbery. It's like having that and not bringing that back is just uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? It's the how we keep this thing going. It's how we continue to grow. It's how we see wealth in our communities. It's how we see knowledge in our communities. The only way we do it and how we've historically done it is passed it down and continue to help and the strong have to uplift the weaker, so we make that weaker stronger and then they can do the same for someone weaker. So it's always important to me. It's what my family has always been about. My parents taught me that, and it's just in me to give back. So I'll do that until I can't anymore. So it's very important.
Yeah, that's awesome for sure.
Yeah.
So you have the music, you
Hmm.
have, everything you're doing in the community, and you also have, that YouTube show that you started during the pandemic called The
Yeah.
Culture, which
Yes.
is a Black history trivia show that you kind of did, with some of your famous friends. So what
Hmm.
sparked the idea for that? And most importantly, when is it coming back? Because that was really entertaining that
Yeah.
you did that for sure.
Yeah, it sparked it because I didn't realize until the pandemic, until we were forced to stop, that I was totally burnt out,
Yeah,
on music. I mean, I was just touring. I mean, it was rolling. I mean, it was great. But I didn't realize how burnt out I was and how you do have to reset in order to be the most effective you can be. And so I said, I want to do something that is where I don't have to write a song or play music.
right.
And so I said, I'm gonna be a game show host, and we came up with this idea. And man, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. My friends, like you said, a bunch of friends, Omari Hardwick. I mean, I had um, Alex Isley. I had Dave Hollister. All Bro James. It was fun, man. And you like you said, it was just trivia about black artists. Actors, athletes, and I don't know when it's coming back. I want to do it. I want to do it bigger. I want to do it in person. I want to have the contestants there and really do it because I really enjoyed that. It's very different from what I do. But I liked being the host and like guiding the conversations because that was as cool as the actual trivia was like the conversations we went into in between. And we got some stories, we got some
Yeah.
exclusive stories. So it was so much fun, but we talk about it all the time when we're going to bring it back. So hopefully it'll be in the works pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna put it out there. BET Plus
There
on
we go. Yeah, let's
somebody.
do
Come
it.
on, somebody
Let's
tap
do
into
it.
that. All right.
Yeah.
So one last question: with you doing
Mhm.
so much and also taking pride in being a self-released artist, a self-produced artist, and pretty much having that agency over your work. With that in mind, what would you like for your legacy to be once it's all said and done? I'm not saying it's anytime soon. We hope it's not anytime soon.
We pray it's not. Yeah, but
Pray not.
yeah, nah, nah. I mean, ultimately, I want people. If I think about what I want them to say about me, I would like for them to say that PJ carved out his own path. That I just did it my way. Frank Sinatra. Yeah, but I chose my way. I know for a fact that the path I chose, being a preacher's kid of a well known pastor and saying no, I'm gonna do different music, but it wasn't rebellious. I didn't go and do some crazy music. I actually created a new lane where people could feel comfortable listening to the music that I created, and then um, went all kind of play. Went to Maroon 5, went to Young Money. Like nobody could have written that. Not even me could have written my story, and I am most proud that I've been able to remain myself in all of this. If anything, that's what I'm most proud about, and being independent doing it, being an individual doing it. So that's all I want people to remember. I hope they remember a few songs too, but ultimately, I want them to say, you know what? PJ gave me courage to just be myself and kind of do it my way, even if nobody else is doing it that way.
Absolutely. Well, once again,
Yeah.
Mr. PJ Morton, thank you so much for
Yes.
checking in with us. We greatly appreciate you.
Thank you for
Looking,
having me.
of course, looking forward to the new album. Hopefully, that tour will follow after that.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes. It's
for
happening.
sure. Make sure you keep on supporting him. Please don't walk away. Make sure you keep on supporting that track and support his music. And where can we follow you on social media?
I'm at PJ Morton everywhere. PJ Morton. I'm out here. I'm out here. Yeah.
And we're definitely checking for you. Thank you so much
Indeed.
once again, Mr. PJ
Thank you.
Morton, y'all. This is Paige B, Kiss 107.1, simply the best R&B, and we out. Peace.
Yeah. All right. All right. See.